Good evening, everyone. Romney Smith at WTOC for The News Now. This is where we bring you a quick update on stories we're working on for you right now. Thank you so much for joining us. Right now, we have new information about that deadly alligator attack that happened in Sea Pines on Hilton Head Island. We have the 911 calls giving us some insight into what happened to 45-year-old Cassie Klein Monday morning as she came face to face with an alligator. The police report from Beaufort County says when they got to the scene, she was unresponsive. It also acknowledges the struggle and the fight that Ms. Klein put up to survive. The report stated that her arms and hands suffered notable injury. A Sea Pines golf course employee on the 13th hole heard Klein screaming for her life. The report says when he saw her, she was standing in the water up to her knees, and that's when he called 911 for help.
911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, there's a lady being attacked by an alligator.
Where at, sir?
I'm in Sea Pines.
Okay, where at in Sea Pines?
If you ever witness an alligator attack, officials say just call 911 immediately. An autopsy was performed on Klein today. Right now, WTOC is waiting on those results. As soon as we get any more information on that, we'll let you know. Switching gears, the Savannah Chatham school system is looking into alternative ways and creative solutions to transport students to and from school. The Transportation Committee considering working with CAT to possibly incorporate public buses to get high school students to and from school. It's not unheard of. Other people do it around the nation, but this would specifically, again, be for high school students only. There are still a lot of unanswered questions like would it run on the regular schedule or create new bus stops? How much would it cost? And would there be video cameras on board?
All those things will have to be researched first before we really put it out there. So what we want to do, we want to go back, take the information that we started with and build on it.
There's also a large issue of safety if public buses were allowed to transport students and members of the public at the same time. The school system says it will know more after it officially meets with CAT to work out the details to see if it's realistic, if it's affordable, and if it's also a safe option to alleviate some of their transportation issues. Speaking of transportation, traffic starting to move a little bit faster now this evening after a truck crashed and caught fire this afternoon. The tanker was carrying sewage and it caught fire after it hit a little part of the highway on Highway 204 near King George Boulevard. The driver lost control and hit the center median before catching fire. The driver was able to exit the tanker without being injured, and no other vehicles were involved. Keep in mind the two eastbound lanes have since reopened. We know a lot of you got stuck in that this afternoon. We appreciate your patience as they work to clean that up because oil and sewage was leaking. All right, switching gears now. Quick touch of weather. I have the WTOC app up on my iPad, and this is a look at Futurecast. Remember, you can always get videos from our meteorologists, hour-by-hour forecast, and Futurecast showing just a little bit of rain that might come through around 10:30 tonight. Really not a lot. Brunswick will see it, but the rest of us look to pretty much be in the clear, so that's good to know. And if you want more details on weather, keep in mind the next digital newscast will be tonight at 9 o'clock with one of our meteorologists. You can ask them way more questions because I can't answer them all because they are the scientists and officials on that. And I'm always looking forward to the weekend anyway, but they will have all of those details for you. All right, guys, I don't see any other questions. Christina Saltara is asking lots of questions about the school bus story. However, nothing is official because it was just a proposal. So once the school board meets, the transportation committee from the school board meets with CAT, then they'll have another report that comes out. So at this point, it's all variable, and they're just looking to see if it's a feasible option at this point in time. So we'll let you know as soon as we learn more information. I don't see anything else, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, you can always reach us online at WTOC.com, as well as our social media pages. Have a great night.